We've got Carolina Villalobos with us, who is this weddings manager at Secrets Moxché, this resort, beautiful resort we have in our background. And Taylor Martz is with us, but she's off screen because I didn't have time to set up another camera, and she just we had a late night last night. I didn't know she was going to make it out, honestly. But she is here, so Taylor, chime in as you wish. Carolina, Secrets Moxché has been just an unbelievable property for weddings. It's a brand new property. Have you guys seen a lot of success with weddings here? How many weddings are you guys doing a day and a year? Are you guys booked up? When should my clients be booking their weddings and contacting you?
I gotta go. Oh, it's always sunny down in Mexico. The sun gets high when I get low. The only way to get there is to let yourself go.
I would tell them right away, as soon as you know the date, you book it. So are you taking 2025 weddings right now?
Yes, we are. There is a few things we need to review with the couple, but we are able to take 2025 bookings. We opened on April 2022, and since the moment we opened, we start with weddings. We had the first weekend of opening 3 or 4 weddings. We had large weddings, like 80, 90 people that weekend, and it's been a lot of fun ever since, non-stopping. We are pretty much sold out for April 2024. We do an average of around 150 weddings per year. Most of the weddings that we do, I will say, is 1 per day. That's the number we like to do. However, we have the options of doing 2 weddings per day. Of course, it will depend on the size of the wedding. It will depend on the locations they have. It will depend on the different activities that they have booked. We could do 2 weddings per day, but that's not like we are going to have mandatory.
No, it's not a weddings mill.
Yes.
It's not like 7 weddings a day where we're going crazy.
No.
And you're running into other brides as you go around and
Yes.
take your photos and that type of thing.
Yes, we have an amazing locations here. We have the beach that is very big and it's a white canvas, so we can do pretty much anything. We have the pool deck that we are able there to do ceremony, cocktail hours, and receptions. And we also have the sky events that's an amazing secluded location, and there we can do ceremony, cocktail, and reception as well.
The beach location here, roughly 100, 120 guests or so, some depending on how seated and what. But you have an option for seated service here. You have the option for buffet service on the beach here. For the smaller location, the pool deck, we're talking a max around 60 to 80.
For reception, we have done 150, but if they want the ceremony, cocktail, and receptions, 80, 90. For the sky events outside, we can do 150, but if they are planning to do the reception indoors, it will be a maximum of 80 guests.
Okay, and what I really like about that sky deck is you've got that open area, and then where you have the ceremony, beautiful backdrop and whatnot, but then you also have the indoor location for the reception, which is air conditioned. Summertime in Mexico, people need some air conditioning.
Yes, and also it's a great location because you cannot be stressed out about the weather, even if it's too hot or the chances of rain. We have the options to have that indoor-outdoor sequence when the guests can be having dinner inside but partying outside, going inside to refresh and outside to continue partying. So it's a great area.
And so, Moxché is it's a higher price point resort. I mean, it's a luxury product here, for sure. But for the wedding side of things, just, our average wedding is about 50 guests. Certainly we tend to have a lot of groups that are smaller, like maybe 20 to 30 guests. So I'm wondering, where do the packages start price-wise for the smaller weddings of, 30 guests? Comparatively to the the mid-sized weddings of 50 guests. And obviously we won't go to large because large can go crazy. I mean, we can spend $1 million here if we want to. But base package pricing, where do we start here?
Well, we have the ultimate package that is only $37.99, and that's a great start point. I always recommend our clients to go with the package to set the base, and on top of that, we can start customizing everything. So the most important here is always to know the client's expectations, their needs, and their budgets.
So the base package is ceremony only.
Ceremony, cocktail, and reception.
It includes a reception for $37.99?
Yes.
For how many people?
For 30 people.
That's not bad.
No, it's great deal breaker. And also they can customize a little or a lot.
I know you were at Secrets Moxché when it opened. Yes. You know, I shot one of the first weddings there that's when I met you for the first time there, and we've been working together ever since pretty much. But you know, you spent some time at Secrets Moxché, which is another, for our clients, often they're torn between Moxché or Moxché. From your perspective, having worked at both for a while, which one do you like better, even though we're here?
No, yes, that's a hard question because, of course, a piece of my heart is in Akumal. I love that resort very much, but Moxché has been my home since 2022 and is an amazing resort. It's the architecture, the layout, the decor, the colors, everything, the different ambiances that we offer here at Moxché, the luxurious, the tropical, the lush, the bohemian. So both resorts are amazing, and I think there is client for both properties. We are super close to Playa. That's another thing that I really like for wedding groups at Secrets Moxché, because they can go to the Fifth Avenue, have a rehearsal dinner, or they can go party, or they can go and just explore the Fifth Avenue and then come back from the resort. We are only 10 minutes away from Playa and 40 minutes from the airport. So we are right in the middle of the Riviera Maya, and I think the location, it is a deal breaker for this property.
What challenges do your clients have here? What are your tips for the couples getting married here?
So I will say the difficult part is to trust your coordinator. I know we get it. The couples are from far away. Most of them have never been in destination. They have never been to the resort. They probably have never planned a wedding before in their life. So it's a lot of anxiety right there. But one of my best advices will be try your on-site coordinator. They know the resort, they know the staff, they know the location, they know everything. They will give you good tips, and they will always look for the best for the couple. Here at Secrets Moxché, all of the team, we have seniors coordinators, Faride, that she's been with the company for a long time, and Hasmin, that is been with the company as well. They have done weddings for the past 5 years, and they are always in pro of looking for the best of our couples. So I know it's hard, but please just rely a little bit in them. They will do the best for you. My team here is super professional, and they are always looking for the best of the clients. And the other thing that I can recommend our couples is to set a budget. Most of the times the couple want to know how much everything costs to then have a budget. But I invite them to do it all the way around, because sometimes, again, many of our couples haven't done a wedding before. And if I start throwing prices out there, like each napkin is $3, each chair is $20, each table is $150, you only see like zeros and numbers, and it's a lot.
It's hard, you know, because I mean, our couples, they're in a spot where they've never planned an event before. They've never done something to this level.
Well, the other issue is people have this expectation that, oh, I'm going to get married, having a destination wedding, and yes, it should be cheaper than a typical wedding in the States, but people want it to be almost nothing, and I'm like,
it's always I'm staying all inclusive. Why do I have to pay for food?
Oh my gosh!
And it's the exact same for the weddings team every single day.
Yes.
So if you're doing something outside of the resort's normal operations,
exactly,
you're going to pay.
Then
for
you're
it.
going to have a cost with
Yes.
that. Exactly.
Right.
Correct.
But there is some sort of a weird expectation sometimes from people that just don't know. They get, oh, well, we're paying all inclusive, why do I have to pay for food?
No, we are happy to explain. Again, that's what we do, and we understand. That's the key point, that we understand why they have these questions. And as you said, anything that is not regular part of the all-inclusive will cost additional.
Of course.
A private taco party, a private fire pit, a private bar, and a special drink is everything that is being customized for the couple or prepared privately for the couple will have an additional cost.
Absolutely.
I always get it with the lights, right? Because the lighting is a high cost.
Yes,
you know,
high.
There's been times where I'm at resorts where I will wake up in the morning at 8 a.m., go out on my balcony, and I'll see they're already setting up. They're starting to set up lighting
It
for
takes a while.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not heck out here. It's a big crew.
Yes.
Some of these guys literally, like, they're up on a pole, like they're just climbing a pole. They're sitting on top. I'm
See?
like, it's dangerous. Like,
Yeah, people just
there's a
don't
lot that goes
understand.
into it.
But
and
like she said, it's like it's talking to the client. It's also
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
you being so humble to say like I get it. They don't know, so
Right.
you
Yes.
can't get upset with them for not knowing.
No,
but
no,
it's
no.
you taking the time to explain it.
They
to them.
don't realize all the hard work. I know it because I see it every day.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm so happy and willing to share that feedback with the clients because, of course, as you said, they don't know. But if I explain, most of our clients is like, oh, I didn't realize. And the thing is
They just need to be
explaining
explained.
why.
Yes.
Yes, and just to finish a little bit with the budget, because for me that's also super important,
Yeah.
is maybe you don't know the cost of the wedding, and that's fine. That's completely fine. Don't be afraid to share that with your coordinator,
Right.
with the resort. Because if you don't, we are going always to do this proposal that is going to be a Pinterest wedding.
Right.
And it's
Right.
very hard when we see the bride that they get a wedding, I don't know, $50,000 and then it's, I only have 20,000. Fine, we can do all types of budgets.
Right.
Again, we get it. There is a lot of people that is within my age, so I know what they are going,
Yeah.
or maybe they are starting a family, a house.
Right.
You know, so it's not like bad to stick with a budget.
Right,
But
right.
it's great when we have that communication with the couple so we know what we can work around
Yeah.
to make it happy, because our goal is them to be happy. And I always explain to the brides, you need to go from the bigger things, what the eye sees as you go into a place, the lights, the DJ, and then you go smaller, flowers, tabletop, chargers,
Okay.
knife, glasses.
Okay.
But don't get stressed out about that, because nobody maybe will know about that.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
I always remind my brides this. I'm like, I promise you. I went to a wedding last week and I have no idea what was on that table.
Yes.
Right.
Now, if that's what they want and that's their vision, that's
Exactly.
fine.
But it's not like mandatory.
It is about the communication, though, and like my advice to couples, if you're watching this, is, you know, when we ask, you know, what your budget is, whether it's for the hotel side of things, for the wedding side of things, we're not asking so we can exceed it and we can sell right to the top of it. What we're doing is we're asking because we want to give you, we want to meet your needs. We want to stay within that budget, and we want to know what your total budget is so we can, you know, we can make sure you know what to expect within that range.
And help them better. Help
Right.
them get it to prioritize what's more important in a wedding.
Right.
I
I mean,
love
our
that.
clients, our average wedding is 50 guests. Our average out-of-pocket spend with all the hotels we sell is somewhere between 10 to 15,000 for our couples. Okay, and that's after the comps and incentives that the resort gives back. But that's average. We definitely have couples that spend less. We definitely have couples that spend a lot more. But there, you know, you can kind of, the beauty of a destination wedding is you can do what you want. The set rules of, you know, the knot says you have to do this and this and this, like all, you know, the
No.
knot.com says you have to do all that. Like, there's no rules when it comes to destination wedding, which is why I
Exactly.
love it.
See?
So if you
and
can,
now that you point that, I would like to comment that that's another great thing to say, because we are now offering Sea Soul as a venue for
Yeah.
weddings. But it's important to keep in mind this is a restaurant. So
Right.
the layout, the tables, everything will remain the same. But talking about not having like protocols or something very
Right.
structured, is that the clients or the couples that are booking this restaurant is because they are looking for a more fluent reception,
Yeah.
not that formal, no all the
Not
dances,
traditional.
not traditional.
I love
Yeah.
that you're offering this restaurant as an option for people to host a private reception, because there's not a lot of places that do that. And how many resorts do we walk into and they're like, oh, this place is gorgeous.
But you can't use
But
it.
yeah, but you want to do a private reception, you gotta go somewhere else.
This restaurant is amazing.
So,
It is
no.
amazing, as long as they get that concept that is
Right.
a little bit more new, modern. They are loving it.
And the beauty, I mean, like if we rented this for a private event, like I don't have to add any decor.
No.
Like this is set ready to go.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I love that you guys are doing
Yes.
that.
And I always tell our couples, we can do anything.
Anything
Don't
you want.
worry.
Just give me your budget.
Give me your wish list and your
Yes,
budget.
yes.
Right,
And then
right.
I will make it happen. That's my word. That's what I'm here for.
I love it.
Right. Well, Carolina, thank you so much for joining us
I know, my
today.
pleasure.
And guys, be sure to check this Shorty podcast episode out on Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are published. And we'll see you next time.
But It's always sunny down in Mexico.